Yo, look, if you whine and cry about people leaning their seat back in an airplane, you probably also too big a pansy to use self-checkout.
Welcome to the Bass and Brews podcast, your weekly distraction from other high-quality podcasts. And now, your host, Alex from Swamp Rat Fishing, and the co-hostess with the mostest, the Jabberhammer, Paul Roberts.
Again, Alex messes up the little tidbit by cutting off the end of it because this man could not edit. I don't even know what to say at this point. But look, welcome to Bass and Brews podcast, your weekly distraction from quality podcast content. And we've got me, slabber jabber, almost hammered hammer, and we got Miss Josie, who's been drinking tequila for about an hour and a half now. And then we have Alex, a.k.a. the Wildland Firefighter, who is going to get his world rocked tonight.
What is up, everybody? Hey, Paul, how was your week? Real quick. Actually, I don't give a shit. My week fucking sucked, so I am ecstatic to be here. I've been looking forward to this all week because I had a hard lesson that I don't know how to patch a roof properly. And I've been dealing with that all week. So
Alex sent me a picture with a hole in his roof, and the hole of the roof was going outwards, like something, like something shot out of the roof.
It sounds like something just shot out of my husband. So I'm sorry.
I think he just put a hole in your roof. I think that's what it was.
He definitely has a
he
horn.
sent me a picture of a piece of plastic duct taped to his fucking shingles.
I thought it was going to work.
Duct taped to his shingles. And then like an hour later, I got, oh my God, Josie, you gotta tell your husband to chill the fuck out. This ain't his podcast. So Alex sent me a picture later. It's like, that didn't work. And so he finally got some staples or something and hammered it in. But like the piece of plastic was the size of the hole. I'm like, look, Halls, I hope it ain't going to rain anytime soon because that shit ain't going to do nothing.
So the weather report said no rain after the initial one. How this all happened, it was like 6:30 in the morning. My daughter comes out and she's like, sounds like water in my room. And I take a look and there's just water pissing onto our hardwood floors from the fucking ceiling with a giant ceiling boob just lactating all over my floor. And we thought we had it patched up. And there's no rain in the forecast, and I was pretty proud of myself. And then about 5 o'clock, it fucking rained for an hour and a half straight of like heavy downpour. Now this boob went from a respectable C cup to a full double D, and then burst like Pamela Anderson. And anyways, it's fixed. Shout out to.
It sounds less like if it burst, it sounds like more like a Ron Jeremy than a Pamela Anderson.
No, because I think it was like a slow, steady. I think Ron Jeremy's a sprint car racer. You know what I mean? It's all about the speed burst.
Okay, well, we have a wonderful guest on tonight. We've got Josie, who fishes, hunts. I mean, straight up country girl that does that shit all. Josie, what's been going on with you, Halsett?
Not much, just working. I know it's getting close to the Susquehanna event up here, just getting ready.
Are you in PA, Josie?
So I'm a little bit of all over. So I'm a truck driver. So I just kind of just go with it.
Well, you got to live somewhere, though. You don't live in the truck.
No, yeah. Well, I use my parents.
But over the road truckers live in their fucking truck, Alex. Way to make her feel like shit.
I have a bunk. I bath at the local sometimes I go to the strip club. I bath there. And then the truck stops. But, those floors are nasty at the truck stop. So I just prefer the strip club because then I can get a little on the side, too. I just don't tell
Oh, shit. Well, hey, I bet the floors in the women's bathroom in the strip club are pretty clean. I didn't know they had showers in the women's strip club, though.
Yeah, it's just cocaine coming out. That's it. Just cocaine.
Hey, well, tell me this. Do you wear flip-flops into the showers, or are you a barefoot barista?
Oh, I'm a barefoot girl. You got to get in there.
There we
because
go.
my toes are grimy. I don't even know the last time I've even cut my toenails.
Hold
Well,
on.
I mean,
Hold on.
Hold on. The good thing about having long toenails is you can reach over and cut your line with them sharp toenails real easy.
Well, that, and whenever you get an itch, like that's how I hold down the fish.
There we
All
go.
right. We got to rewind a little bit. I'm a little concerned for you, Josie. I think. So wait. You go into truck stop bathrooms without shower shoes?
Yeah. Is that not okay?
Have you heard of freshwater jellyfish?
I have not. So maybe enlighten me. Maybe I will start wearing shower shoes.
Yeah. So sometimes when dudes use the shower for something more than cleaning, they could maybe leave freshwater jellyfish at the bottom.
But she's
not
in
the
a
drain
men's
babies.
shower.
I do like to swallow those, but I don't know. I'm a squirter, so I just add to it.
Paul, who the fuck did you book tonight?
Hey, look, I thought with some Susquehanna River tournaments coming up, I think Bass has the next tournament coming up. I figured we would get Josie, who travels all over the East Coast, down in South Carolina, North Carolina, up and down the East Coast, gonna be fishing some Susky. I figured we'd have a Susky person on. And now here you are making her feel really bad about herself. We're not those.
I'm concerned with her feet. That's it. Like, you got to wear those shower shoes. As somebody who
Would you
did.
like to see? I can pull them up here.
No, please
show
don't.
them.
I hate feet.
Show them. Yes.
I hate feet so much.
I send Alex pictures of my feet all the time, and he sends heart emojis back every time.
Okay, only 50% of that is true. Paul, yep, that's a good looking foot, Josie. That's not bad. It's a weird angle that you were able to get that foot up.
I knew you were gay.
Hey!
I knew you were gay all along. What are you over here appealing at my feet for?
Do you know who this is, Alex?
Yeah. I know who it is. It's Harshman. I know who it is. I could tell that bald fucking face anywhere.
We got you good. We got you good, motherfucker.
This is the
we
joke.
got you good.
I see. This is the joke.
Now he catches it. Harshman comes on and he's like, wait, 30 seconds. So he's like, oh, I get it now. Look, we had Jake, for everybody that's listening, not watching, we had Jake's wife, Miss Sarah, on, and Miss Sarah killed it.
It's Sarah.
Sarah. I'm down here in the South. We call them Sarahs.
Oh, my God. He's the fucking worst when it comes to pronouncing anything. Like, our show is so lowbrow, but then when people hear you talk, they're generally concerned. Like, the YouTube comments are literally people trying to donate Hooked on Phonics, those old antique fucking book sets for you.
Look, Babel would be better.
No, they've realized that your level is that all you have is a tape deck at your house, and that's the only thing you can play the Hooked on Phonics tapes.
All right, so since Alex
idiot.
Since Alex is really discombobulated around now, he has no idea what the fuck's going on.
No idea.
This was the plan. The plan was Jake was supposed to show up in a wig and speak his woman's voice, but Sarah threw away the wig, so we got Sarah to come in. And I will tell y'all, she did an absolute wonderful job because we planned this at 7:25 while she was cooking grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, I had no fucking idea. Paul's like, we've got this lady coming on. She ran a really big female-only fishing club. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then we started talking about squirting and showers and, throwing for a loop.
And drain babies.
Drain babies, freshwater jellyfish.
So it was nice to meet both of you. I do have to run my kid to the driving range. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you, Sarah.
You guys are fucking assholes.
You're welcome. Hey, it's better than the alternative, buddy. That's all I'm going to say.
I would have loved to seen. I have pictured you in a wig multiple times, so I would love to see you in that wig.
No, that wasn't the original plan, Paul. That wasn't the original plan. Paul, tell him.
Paul?
It was the original plan. I didn't have a plan.
So, Alex,
yes.
My original plan was, and I wasn't even going to let Paul in on this. My original plan was I was going to schedule to be on the podcast with you guys And whenever I showed up, Matty Ice was going to be right here with me. And you were going to get double trouble.
I
Hey,
can't.
Here's what's funny is before Sarah came on and before we started, Alex was like, he said something about the Matty Ice episode and how crazy it was and how he still hasn't recovered from it. But
Yeah.
Matty Ice is on vacation, so I knew you weren't going to get his ass.
I literally had to go to the VA to update my rating due to Matty Ice.
Oh, shit.
I'm
Also,
glad
for
that-
everybody listening, we do not have Josie on tonight. We have our buddy Jake Harshman from the Susquehanna, and you're listening to this now, so the Power Hour Susquehanna tournament is over.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
by the
it's
time this
over because this
releases.
drops next Friday. So the Susquehanna, and we hope Jake did well. But also, this is going to be a little bit of information coming up for the Bass tournament that's on the Susquehanna. I think the week that we do drop, is it 2 weeks from this Friday or this Saturday, Jake? Or one
The Bass event?
Yeah.
No, the Bass event is October 7th and 8th.
Okay, great. So we got some time. Y'all gonna get some information on the Susquehanna for the Bass in October, and I'd be willing to bet there's gonna be some fucking pigs coming out of there then. But we're also gonna talk about what Jake's gonna do in this Power Hour, and if he does not win it or win some money, we're gonna chastise his little short bald ass to no end.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's what you get. It was around this time that you did last year's episode.
Yeah.
This is like an annual thing when
It was
Jake
the
breaks down. Yeah, when
Yeah,
Jake
the
breaks
last-
down the
The last 2 years, Jake came on and did the Hobie.
Yep.
Kind of the Hobie preview for the Susquehanna, and now we got the Bass.
Somehow Jake is our resident expert in fishing that we have on the show. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, we're here for it. He's eating the rod. He's channeling those Matty Ice vibes just to.
I can tell Alex is so
I'm
flabbergasted
so-
right now. He has
All right.
no idea what to do. We need to back it up. Everybody, this is Jake Harshman, Susquehanna King.
Like
He's
again,
tugging a swim bait.
I mean,
Looks like
for
a mag draft 5.5 inch.
for
Picture,
you
I got the
people
hiccups.
who think that we do just fly off the script, obviously, right? But me and Paul do have a plan when we plan guests and this and that. And I feel like my trust was betrayed. I had the roof incident, and Paul was like,
Yes.
"Hey, man, don't worry. I've got this week handled. I'm going to take care of everything." And I was like, fuck, yeah. And then I realized he hadn't built the link until 7:15. And I had a plan in my head. I knew it was going to be some female angler named Josie. Yeah. And
Look.
you're completely right. I am
Look,
discombobulated.
Alex texted me and said, "Hey, I built a link," and I went back on him like a really. I was trying to be an asshole, and I don't know if he thought I was being an asshole or if he thought I was being serious. But I was like, "Oh, you don't think I can make a link and this and that?" He said, "Well, you waited too late." And I was like, "Look, man, when you were gone, I was creating links minutes before we started recording and sending them out, and it never happened." Alex creates a link a day or two ahead. You know what? I'm all about spontaneity. We create the link, we get it to the person, and we go from there. And whatever happens, happens.
All right. Well, before we get to the Susquehanna, Jake, how have you been? We haven't seen you since the Ned Rig episode. I know you've been channeling those chaotic vibes on your lives lately, but what have you been up to?
I've been all right. I just been working and fishing and breaking my ribs and looking for my wife. Sarah, where'd you go?
She went to the truck stop.
To take a shower.
She's
She
going
went
to
to
take
the
a
truck
shower.
stop for her weekly shower.
This will be the first shower she took this week.
Honestly, props to her because she was completely fucking deadpan, dead face. Is she really a truck driver?
No.
Oh my god!
I mean, listen, if you think
Stay at home mom.
if you think she's dead, just from what you saw her, you should live with her.
Jake's getting his ass
Dude,
beat
she's
tonight.
gonna slap the hair back on your head.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
Hey,
Did
yeah,
you
thank you.
Horn
You
though
deserve.
earlier?
What's that?
Did you hear that horn though earlier? I live with that thing.
Yeah, that's gross. No, yeah, she deserves an Academy Award because I was fucking like absolutely. I thought this was gonna be our guest. Some truck. Oh my God, we're doing this again. I'm gonna have to get another drink, I think.
I thought you were handing him the snot rags for a different reason. I thought he's about to bring out his
those
Go
are the
girl.
bedroom box. That's the bedroom box.
Oh.
I got to tell you guys a story. Listen.
And I'll stay for this one.
Yeah, I got to tell you a story. So I got home from work the other day, and my wife was getting ready to go to work, and I was sitting here on the couch and watching that booty meat walk by. She was wearing, the nice pants. You know what I mean? and I was like, give me some of that. The good booty meats, right?
Mm-hmm. You want to go to work happy? I can make you happy. You be like,
right,
you want to go to work happy, baby?
So she leaves and goes to work without me giving her, making her happy. So I thought to myself, like, well, I'm just going to go take care of myself. Okay. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Well, I get to going,
Yep. We get it. I don't need flashbacks from the boat.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like I had abrasions and stuff from bass thumb and bass hand. I rubbed myself raw. I got a little blood going there and had a little red spot on my hand, and I'm like, oh God. Oh God. Oh, and then I had to stop. I couldn't finish. And then I had to tell my wife that, hey, by the way, like, I have this weird abrasion on my wiener.
Hey, Astroglide works way better than the water out the spigot you were using.
I like to use spit, but look at Alex, bro. He's done. He is done.
I'm gonna need another drink, I think. There's so much to cover here.
Hey,
One, is this how you explained how you got herpes? You were like, hey babe, I swear to God, it was the bass. It's not the herpes.
It was my hand.
Look, by the end of this episode, hand to hand combat. Both left and right didn't work. And hey, this is Alex definitely gonna be slurring his words at the end of this podcast, y'all. So we're gonna it might be unbearable to listen to, but it's gonna happen.
No, I'll be good.
Listen, I have a strict rule tonight.
Yes.
I can't be any longer than an hour.
Okay, that's
All
fine.
right, well,
from this point.
Okay.
Sarah, you come back. Send your husband off to take the kid to the damn driving range. Sarah, you come back and we'll have a good time since Jake is over here about to fall asleep. I mean, that damn grilled cheese sandwich must have been good if he's only an hour and he's done.
Okay.
You're on night shifts, right?
I am, but I got off work this morning at 7 a.m. I came home, I got my boat, I went to the river, and I fished until 4:30.
Fuck. I'm surprised you're still alive.
That's what you're getting right now. You're getting no sleep, Jake.
I called him, and he answered the phone when we came up with this plan at 7:20.
Love you.
And I was like, dude, are you just waking up from a nap? And he goes, yeah, I am. I'm like, what the fuck, man? If I napped this late in the afternoon, I'd be up for the next 3 days.
No, he's on night shift, though. Like, dude,
I work night shift, and I know that. Look,
shifts.
I used to work night shift, and my last day of night shift was on a Sunday. So I got off on Monday morning, and I would go to the gas station. I was the night stocking manager at Lowe's in Mebane, North Carolina. And on Monday mornings, I would get off and go to the gas station, and we called it the Kentucky Pizza Bell, the KPB, because it was a Circle K gas station with a Kentucky Fried Chicken, a Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell, all in the same place, and they had a Kentucky Fried Chicken all-you-could-eat buffet.
Was there a weed dispensary right next to it?
This was early 2000s in North Carolina, so weed was like still fraught upon. I would go there on Monday mornings at like 7 o'clock in the morning and get 2, 3, maybe 4 40s of OE. I would go home. And I would drink them 40s. Thank God it was only message boards at that point in time and some Facebook.
Can you imagine?
I would drink my 40s and I would go on the fishing on our fishing message boards, and I had a Chevrolet ZR2 pickup truck, and I would go on the ZR2 message boards and just drink my 40s and talk shit until I passed out.
Can you imagine Paul coming off a night shift, full 40s in on TikTok? Like the random shit that this man not only puts out, but like just sends to me on a daily basis. I couldn't even imagine if you added like overnight sleep deprivation, because it's like night shifts are the fucking worst. They are
with 168 ounces
Yeah.
of Old English.
I remember coming home from night shifts, and it'd be like the kids are getting ready for school, and I'd go right down to the basement. And Amanda would be like, "What are you doing?" As I have a 6-pack in my hand. I'm like, "Listen, it's my fucking 5 o'clock. All right, like shut the fuck up."
Well, it's no different than you going down to the basement now with a cup full of bourbon. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Hey,
Like-
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there any rules against me taking a big old huge massive dump while we're doing this?
Yeah.
I mean, if you got to take one, cut the camera.
Don't take us with you. Don't Robert Brown us and take you with us.
No, I mean I'm gonna take. Why wouldn't I take you with me?
Well, we can kick you out for that. We do not want to hear shit coming out of your booty.
You won't hear it, bro. That's some bitch. I was in the military for 12 years, and I've been working in civil service. Like, hello. It just drops out.
Wait, weren't you Air Force though? That thing's gonna be
You're Coast Guard.
Hey, did y'all see that post that Alex reposted about somebody talking shit about the Coast Guard? That they were part of the Department of Interior.
Oh, that fucking guy. Or no, that guy was like,
they were the
no.
DOE. He's like, bitch, we've been the DOE since 2003.
No, it was the Department of Transportation, because the Coast Guard was part of the Department of. When I joined the last week of boot camp, we had just shifted to DHS. But when I first joined, I had to sign all these like DOT fucking paperwork. I was like, what the fuck am I joining? Like, am I going to do tolls? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yes. As a matter of fact, yes. You are correct. You are a toll booth operator.
Alex is down there at the Panama Canal opening the gates to let people in and out of the canal.
If you guys haven't seen that video, it's his name's Nico Ortiz. His breakdowns of the different branches are some of the funniest fucking content that's out there. And as a whole, this dude was born a coastie, I think, because every fucking time he talks about the Coast Guard, he's pretty fucking spot on. Like, out of all, like, he's pretty good with everybody. But he's so good with the Coast Guard, because they're just like, I'm happy to be here with you guys. They're like, shut the fuck up. Okay, I'll sit in the corner.
Hey, Alex, who's the guy that we referenced before? I still can't remember his name. That does the TikTok videos about his shit that he went through in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Lord of Lips. Yeah.
Lord of Lips.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look, all right, y'all go look at on TikTok, Lord of Lips. And if you want to get some shit that touches you at the heart about some real life shit that happened, go watch this guy's stuff. It is unbelievable. I was not in the military at all. And
we know.
Outside of the military.
That's because you hate the truth.
Like his stuff.
Exactly.
Do not. His stuff, the shit that he posts is absolutely unbelievable, and it gives you a glimpse inside of somebody who has been in some shit.
Yeah, he does a really good version of, like, he doesn't talk during the videos, right? He does like a green screen behind him, and he there's text on the screen that kind of walks out, but but it's way different from, like, they're like little mini war movies, basically. Like 1 minute war movies. Like, if you condense all of Black Hawk Down into 1 minute, Lord of the Lips has got you covered, because that's it. And it's like a lot of mil talk, right? That's what they call the military content on TikTok. Is a lot of it's funny based, and it is. That shit's fucking hilarious about the dumb shit that is normal in the military, but it is seen as feral behavior in the real world. I've been struggling with that lately at work as I've gotten more comfortable at work. I have to like curb that a little bit. But his stuff is actually like it's really good. It's really solid. There's a couple dudes that I follow. He's one of them. He's awesome. But if you want like also just like real talk on the dumb shit that we do, Mandatory Fun Day is the guy to go to. He's like a lieutenant in the Army. He was enlisted and then went, and his fucking take on our nicotine, caffeine, alcohol content that military members take in on a daily basis to get through the day is fucking spot on. Also, lately he's been raging against retired military working government jobs and how fucking rude they are for no fucking reason. Like, you did 4 years in the Army in 1984 to 88, but somehow we're supposed to bow down to you, you piece of shit. Like, they are fucking awful.
Y'all go check those people out.
No, I mean, Jake has a prior military service, and then now working
Department of Transportation Service.
Right. But now working, are you that crusty old veteran who's like, listen here, motherfuckers?
No, so because I was in the Air Force, I typically try not to tell people that I was in the military.
And you were a firefighter in the Air Force too, though.
No, I wasn't actually. I was
that's what I meant.
I was a police officer in the military.
Okay.
Same thing.
Yep.
But while I was a police officer in the military, I was volunteering as a firefighter in Prince George's County, Maryland. So maybe that's where you got your info on, messed up a little. But
I'm just looking at the halo you have behind you over your
There's
bald
so much
head,
glow over
and
that.
I feel like the Susquehanna information we're going to get tonight is going to be like very angelic. And I really hate that nobody's going to be able to use this information for.
I love it
for the power hour until after it's done. So,
dude,
Jake,
tell us. I think it's the best. I think it's the best because they're going to listen to it, and we're going to get so many comments of like, why the fuck didn't this happen?
Or they're going to listen to it and be like, that's why that guy fucking sucked.
So Jake, seriously. This episode drops the Friday after.
Go ahead, Paul.
What's going on? Oh, this drops the Friday after. You got to give me a heads up. How did you get music on? Did you get a switchboard, you motherfucker? Jake, tell us what the power hour. We have talked about this on the podcast before because I fished one here. Tell us about the power hour that's coming up on the Susky that you're fishing this Saturday, 2 days from now. What's going to happen? Is it going to be a slugfest? Is it just going to be a hell of a damn power hour tournament? Tell us about it. Tell us about the tournament in general and what you think is going to happen.
Here's what I suspect is going to happen. So the river has been on a little bit of the rise, and we got some dirty water from some recent rain that we just got. The air temperatures have been relatively below average for August, so these fish are not stressed out right now. They're eating because of the rise. The dirt is giving us a little bit of concealment, so they're not detecting us at typical summertime levels and summertime flows. Right now it would typically be 3 to 3.5 feet with gin clear water, and they could see forever.
Right. But
now it's like 5 feet, and they got about 1.5 feet of visibility. So they're chomping, they're eating. So the problem right now, and here's where a lot of people are gonna fuck up this weekend, and they're gonna get incredibly frustrated, is they're gonna come out here and they're gonna throw topwater. And that long stranded grass that's being dislodged because of the higher flow rate, it's all floating down the river, and it's getting caught in everything. Treble hooks, spinner baits, chatterbaits, like everything. It's getting just hung up in everything. There's very few baits that you can pull through that stuff and kind of get away with it. You can get away with it with a chatterbait. You can get away with it with like a hollow body frog, right?
Hey, real quick, could you take a lipless and grip it like you would in grass in the pre-spawn or that early summer? Is it too big for that?
Yeah, yeah, I don't think that would really work. I don't think that would really work all that well, to be honest. Unless you did like the line through for the lipless bait. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose again. Woo! My allergies be acting crazy right now.
That's gonna be his. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! Hey, mute yourself, motherfucker.
I muted him.
Thank goodness we're gonna have to have this mute button on cue because he's gonna blow our listeners' eardrums out.
Yeah. Hold on, finish it up. Now he's just playing peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
It's the big baby.
So here, that's where people are going to get fouled up. People are going to be coming out here, with their whopper ploppers and their buzz baits and their spooks and their poppers and X, Y, and Z. And in reality, they need to be having. Come here, guy. One of these.
So he's showing.
Frog. What frog is that?
This is the Spro flapping frog.
Don't talk like that, Paul.
Does color matter, or do you just need to have a frog that doesn't get hung up in the grass?
Color doesn't necessarily matter. I guess it, on a nice, bright, sunny day, it'd probably be best to have something. I don't even know, dude. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to sit here and pretend like I what I'm talking about.
My favorite is that bait manufacturers that put so much work into the top side of a fucking hollow body frog.
I know.
Right? When they do all that work and they also sell 5 frogs that all have black bottoms, but then the tops have a different pattern. And I'm like, you fucking assholes. You are just doing that to make more money.
I have never seen a frog in fresh water that did not have a white bottom.
A what?
A white bottom. Yeah.
Oh.
I think your big ass bullfrogs down here in the south.
Yeah. I think it's all about
white.
Just showing a silhouette and, water displacement as you're working it through the water.
Alex, can you spell silhouette?
Guaranteed you can't.
Yeah, I can. Absolutely, I can.
No, don't look at your phone. Spell it
I don't know
now.
what you're talking about. Fuck no, I have a GED. I can't fucking spell silhouette.
So, Jake, with the water being up, and the Susky is known for being wide, a lot of portaging and walking. With the water being up, or is there any concerns with folks maybe getting caught up in some shit that flips them? Is the water up that much or moving that fast that you're worried about some people being on the river in their kayaks?
So here's some perspective for you. Typically, a summer level is around 3.5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now, we're at 5.5 feet. So imagine 2 feet of water, a mile wide.
So that's about the height of Alex.
There it
2
is.
feet extra.
There
you
it
got
is.
2 feet extra.
There it is.
Yeah.
Does the Susquehanna, does it is the current pretty heavy, kind of like the Delaware?
It's heavier than the Delaware.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So I just pulled up the river gauge. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
We can see it, but this is an audio podcast, so you probably need to explain it too there, Baldy.
Well, I'm getting ready to do that, smartass. So
thank you.
So it was at last week. It was at 3.8 feet.
Right.
And then we got some rain this week, and it jumped up to 4.72. And it's slowly going to be gradually kind of moving up to 4.9 by Saturday morning. It's going to top out Saturday morning at around 4.9.
Isn't it supposed to dump on Saturday too?
No, last I checked, it was supposed to be like 95 degrees, hot and sunny.
Well, you're a little farther away from me because I saw that it was going to dump.
Does this change the typical areas that people are going to fish on the Susky for this tournament that they fish maybe in the Hobies prior or that are coming up for this tournament on some of the summer patterns, does the water being higher, does it change where people need to fish versus what they think they need to fish?
Yes, to some degree, but not. It's not going to change it so much that that they're going to be way out of position.
Okay.
So typical summertime pattern, you're going to find these fish on the front sides of islands, rocks, bridge piers, grass beds. With the water coming up like this, it'll maybe position them a little bit further back, maybe behind that stuff. All the fish that I caught today were basically behind something, or they were in slack water.
But they're looking for current breaks, right?
They were in slack water that had current near it. They weren't like in dead center of an eddy.
It's trout fishing, basically.
Yeah, but for listen, we're not bringing no Matty Ice bullshit.
Yeah, no. I mean, but like the same technique of like they're trying to ambush. They're trying to sit in water where they don't have to exert energy.
He's the only fucking guy I know that goes to Florida and still catches 8-inch bass.
Yeah. It's because he's like, I'm using a popper, and I was like, oh, cool. And then you realize it's like a fly fishing popper, so it's like it's as big as Jabberhammer's dick, and it makes as much impact.
Hey, 2 inches at 200 miles an hour still hurts, Alex.
That's okay. My pecker's taller than Alex is. So
oh God! Oh my! So, but yeah, it's going to position them up a little bit different, and the other thing too is with the dirtier water, when it's clean water, these fish are going to be more likely to be out away from the cover. The dirtier water is going to position them closer to the cover just because it makes them feel more comfortable.
Right.
So, like today, everything that I caught today was basically on wood or really close to a grass island, and they were, on the back half to behind.
So the pattern you found today was they were on the wood in the bush.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. My favorite pattern.
Hey, real quick, Jake. So tell the listeners who don't know about the power hour, it's a native power hour. Tell us what it is and what you're fishing for. There's two different things we're fishing for. Tell us the specifics of that.
Hold on, time out. I feel like this whole episode's a lie. Paul said earlier that he was drunk as fuck and he's not going to participate, and then he did like the best transition that I now ruined. But what the fuck? Like throwing me off. Anyways, yes.
The whole start of this episode was all a joke, Alex. So get over it, realize it was a joke, and just follow along.
Alex, we've been planning this for a couple days now.
I fucking hate you guys. I really do. Like when Paul in the beginning said we've got our buddy Jake Harshman, we're using the buddy really
hold on.
liberally.
Alex, all right. Maybe I need to tell the story of how we got to Josie. Okay. So here's what happened. Is I texted Alex and said, "Hey man, the folks that I reached out to aren't available." And then a little bit later that day, and I think it was Monday, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Monday, and Alex is going back to the text messages, so he'll go back and tell the exact text. So y'all have heard on this podcast about me texting Alex and it being fucking gibberish.
Yes.
And it's because, I drive for my business, and so I try to use text to talk as much as possible. And when I don't use text to talk, I use the swipe method. And I usually just hit send because, again, I'm driving, so I'm only texting or doing anything like that when I'm at stoplights and shit, so I hit send. And I texted Alex and said, "Hey, man, I got so-and-so on," and it was supposed to say Jake because I knew he knew who Jake was.
Yes.
It was supposed to be Jake, and so it said Josie.
Yep.
And Alex texted me back and was like, "Oh, is this the woman you were talking about before?" And so I read this and I went back up to see what the fuck I said. I was like, "Yep, it's Josie."
All right, so here's the text. It says, So he was like making fun of my craftsman skills on my fucking roof. And he said, Jake Harshman messaged me. He's wants to be in again, and there's a no limit tournament coming up soon. And I said, all right, this Thursday? And he goes, all right, let me text now. And then he responds, Josie is down for Thursday. We'll predict no limit this weekend, and then Oreo for the Bass in October. And my response was, what does this text mean? And he goes, guess, and we can discuss on Thursday. He's worse than my fucking wife with the cryptic fucking answers, right?
At that point, when he texted me back, what does this text mean? At that point, I was like, oh,
I got him.
I got him.
So then I asked, who's the guest this week? Question mark. Josie? Question mark. And again, in full, like, at this point, I have two wives because he just responds back with yes. Period. The only time he's used punctuation ever in a fucking text message. And I said, and that's the lady you talked about? And he goes, yeah. Okay. All right. Told Josie I'll send them the link Thursday. And here we are.
What did I tell you, though? What did I tell you this morning? Go look at your text this morning about what I said about the link.
This morning.
Last night or this morning?
This
I
morning,
told you about the link.
he sent me a thing about podcasts on TikTok. We're not going to fucking do that. That's stupid. I said, are we good for tonight? And he said, yep, good for tonight. He said, is your roof fixed? And I said, yeah. I put, did you build the link for tonight? And this is at 6:52, right? We recorded 7:45. No, this is 6:52 fucking p.m. I went into StreamYard like a fucking neurotic hamster. I've been logging onto StreamYard from 12 o'clock on looking to see if he built the link, and he hasn't. So at almost 7 o'clock, I go, hey. And then I go, here's the link for tonight. And I link it. And he goes, just did, period, impatient fuck, period. God damn. Not even goddamn. He put COT damn. So goddamn.
That's that Southern coming out.
And he puts, I sent mine to the guest. Okay. So fuck your link. I'll delete the other one. Damn. That's DAYUM. Yeah, you should. Told you I had this. Fuck me. Way to start the night off. Again, I thought I was going to get a buddy out of this. I didn't realize I was going to get another fucking wife out of this. With these passive aggressive to ultra aggressive to just fucking shitty texts. You know what? We haven't made it in a while. I need a new fucking co-host. This is getting out of control.
Can I volunteer for that?
No, absolutely no. I'm not going to go from fucking crazy to even crazier. Are you fucking kidding me?
You know what? Fuck this shit, Paul. Let's start our own podcast.
Go for it. Paul,
I can only do one at a time. I've already tried two.
He tried to.
That one's on a hiatus.
Yeah.
We can call it Brews and Bass.
The direct competition to Bass and Brews.
Look, here's the problem, Jake. I'm not sure you could put up with the shenanigans that I put Alex through in the background on a weekend basis.
It would be fucking comical to watch us work together.
All right.
Well, hey, that's why you're here tonight. But that is how we got here tonight with the Josie shit and all this was my shitty text and how Alex, this is the shitty part, right? Then we'll get into fishing after this. But this is the fucked up part. How I said to Alex, hey, Jake Harshman wants to be on. Let me holler at him. And then the very next text is Josie says, yes, they're on. And Alex just doesn't fucking get it. He goes right over his little short head. Look, I understand he comes up to my thighs, but that shit went over his head so fast that he couldn't even do it.
I know.
Respect the troops, man.
I know.
Easy now. Easy.
Fuck.
Listen, behind the scenes, nobody's supposed to make that joke anymore because Paul's getting really butthurt about it. So I can't make the joke anymore. The guests, obviously, we have no control.
When you get an OG guest and they know about that,
There it is.
Boom. See, I can mute that bald-headed motherfucker in the back
He
there.
muted him. All right, hold on. To go back to this though, Paul was gonna book some young lady who started a fishing club. Right? That was the previous text. No. It was a real one. He wants to book some young lady, and yeah. So I was going off of that, and I've got shit going on.
It
But
said
anyway,
Jake Harshman.
it did. It said Josie, and I was like, "Oh, that's
No,
the lady."
it said Jake, and then the next text said
Josie.
Josie is down.
Yeah.
But how you didn't look? I know you only have a GED, and that is equivalent to a high school education. But Bo, if that's how you get a GED, your reading comprehension skills are fucked.
No, Joe. Anyways, let's get
All right,
back
Jake,
on track.
tell us about
What's
the
this
no
power
limit.
hour?
What is the no limit power hour?
All right, so Native came out with a new series last year. What?
2 years ago was
Okay.
the first one Vinny did.
Well, why don't you
over
fucking
in
tell us,
Queen
Paul?
City.
Okay,
I'm not
so-
because I'm letting Jake tell us, but he
Well,
missed
quit
a
fucking
very
interrupting the
valuable point.
guest.
correct me if I'm wrong, but
I will. Don't worry.
last year was the first year that they really went outside of the Carolinas.
They had 3 tournaments last year.
Yeah. I think they had more than that, actually. I think they had 4.
Semantics, bitch. Keep talking.
But it's okay for you to correct me. but I
Yeah,
can
right.
correct
Fuck you, Paul. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Paul. Like
Fuck you and your
semantics.
beard. Fuck
Hey.
you and your beard, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm in charge. I set this up at 7:22.
Okay,
I'm in charge.
Okay, Josie. Anyway, so Native has their Big Bass Power Hour. It's a really cool format because it's different than every other format. It's different than Bassmaster. It's different than, the Hobie BOS. It's different than almost any other local trail, like, any of the grassroots trails. They pay out per hour the biggest fish caught each hour. And if you get over 100 people, that payout is $1,000 per hour.
Did y'all hit
Yo.
the 100? You're at 98
We're
last
at
night.
I think 119 right now. I think.
Okay.
Hell yes.
All right.
So,
So,
a grand per big fish per hour for 8 hours.
for 8
correct.
hours. Okay.
So
And it's
so
all
that's really-
measurement, right? It's measurement, right? Because
it's all length measurement. And then the other really cool aspect is that they also have a payout structure for I think first through how many ever other places. But the caveat to that is it's not your typical kayak fishing tournament. It's an MLF format with a 14-inch minimum.
Yeah. So it's overall weight for the first 2 or 3, I think.
It's overall length for all of the fish, but
Okay.
they have to be a minimum of 14 inches.
Okay.
And you can catch as many as you fucking want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So last year we had like 750 inches was what won here on the
Holy shit.
It's probably going to be more than that this year.
Holy shit! You think it's going to be that much? You think it's
Yeah.
going to break a grand?
listen.
Is it
There
going
are
to break your 1,000?
there are some absolute sticks in this tournament. Some really, really good
Who?
river sticks.
Name them.
Jody Queen's here. So he's here. Russell Johnson's here. A couple really, really good locals. Billy Dobrow. You got some guys coming up from West Virginia.
I did hear that Chester McCluskey is going to be there.
No idea who that is.
Oh, I just
Neither
made that
does
up.
Alex.
That sounds like a really cool kayak fisherman name.
Yeah.
Chester McCluskey.
Yeah. So he's here. But the Susquehanna has just been fishing really good this year. It's been fishing.
Oh
Gotcha.
Lord!
You motherfucker. I think this is gonna be a all right. I think one, you should definitely get money in this, right? Because if there's anybody who's great at catching 14-inch fish, it's you. I'm not saying you're gonna win the big fish for the hour,
Hey,
but
that's okay. Look, you catch one big fish, that's a grand.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Look,
but see, you don't know. But
Perfect.
you don't know if you caught. You could catch a 21-incher at 8 o'clock in the morning and be like, dude, this is the shit. I might have it. And somebody else caught a 21 1/4. But also with big fish, this is how they get away with the sandbagging shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like the big fish is based off who submitted it first.
Oh, I think that's an awesome idea. That makes it super interesting. It lets the and actually we should change that name from Chester McCluskey to Jacoby McCluskey, right? So we don't have the Jacoby Wheelers who go out there and catch fucking 12-inch fish all day, right?
But you can go out there and catch 14-inch fish all
Correct.
fucking day and still win like $800 or $900, I think.
Correct, right? But then you still have the people that are fishing for big fish are still making waves during the same thing. I dig this format. It's awesome.
Yeah. So last year, I took a method of I was only going to go fishing for big fish.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't give a shit about fishing for as many smallmouth as I could catch.
Right.
That was a mistake because I feel like I could have measured every fish that I caught and been competitive in both aspects.
Mm-hmm.
But I literally went out there throwing, 5 and 6 inch bull shads, whopper plopper 130s, just big baits with the intent of trying to catch big fish. That was the whole goal. And I feel like that might have been a little bit of a mistake last year. So this year I'm definitely going to adjust and I'm going to measure everything that I catch. But, I'm going to, the way this river is fishing right now, anybody could go out here and catch a 20-inch fish every hour. I mean, the river has been producing so many big fish this year. My best day on the river this year is 99 and a quarter inches.
Jesus.
So
how many outsiders are going to be at this, you think, though? Is it mostly local?
No, there's a good many from out of town.
Yeah.
There's some prior BOS champions. Nate Conley came down from Canada. He won the BOS on Santee Cooper, I think, last year. There's some people that have traveled for this event.
Okay.
The Susquehanna has the draw, right? Because where else can you go in the summertime that fishes like the Susquehanna fishes? They just proved that the new river sucked, right?
I think the only other place, and tell me if I'm wrong, would be the St. Lawrence River. Is probably on the only other place you could go catch.
Yeah, but good luck having a kayak tournament on that body of water with that current.
Oh, I want to see it. I want to see it. That'd be great for Coast Guard business.
Yeah, I bet.
Too bad y'all don't get paid by the saves.
Oh, I recommended that once to the Commandant. I had what was I at? Almost 18 years in. The Commandant. Yeah, that's what we call the head of the Coast Guard.
You know who else was the Commandant?
Who
was the head guy from the police academy? If that tells you anything.
No, he wasn't the. Anyways.
Yes.
Oh, he was called the Commandant. But anyways, yeah. So the head, like our version of a 4-star general, right?
All
or
this
5-star
talk's got me excited.
But he said, what can we do to make the Coast Guard better? And I submitted a question like that was very like corporate style. Because I knew I was going to get picked if I did that. And then when they called me up, because they pre-selected the questions, when they called me up, I sat next to him and I was like, Commandant, have you ever thought about maybe charging per rescue? I feel like that could really fix our budget problems. And he sat there in front of like 400 people and went, you're that funny guy, right? That guy who thinks he's funny but is inappropriate? And I was like, yeah, maybe, but I got a retirement. And then I walked off the stage. It was solid. It was one of my best, like my favorite moments in the Coast Guard.
All right, so back on the fishing, Jake.
Wow.
Jeez. Back on the fishing. Is this a tournament where you go out and you catch a couple big fish early? Is this a tournament where the big, like you're hunting the big fish early, and then later in the day you have to transition and be like, look, I need to catch numbers, but I also want to put myself in the position to catch a big fish? Or is it likely, or is it possible that somebody can catch a 20-incher from lines in to lines out?
Every hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every hour.
All right. So what's your strategy? Are you looking
hold on.
to...
No, hold on.
Oh.
So every hour you can catch a big fish. can you do that in an area where you sit in an area and rotate certain spots to target these big fish? Or is it you're going to catch a big fish in this one area and then you got to catch numbers because to catch another big fish, you got to float down the river a mile?
No, you can do both. And I mean, every boat launch you go to on the Susquehanna River right now, there's 90 inches out there within a mile.
Yeah.
So how the hell is he going to ask a question and just leave?
Yeah, this is my favorite part because he thinks that I'm going to cover for him, but really he's got a small bladder, and I think he has an enlarged prostate at this point.
Well, I know he doesn't have an enlarged penis. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures. I can tell you that's not it. Yeah. Yeah. But it does come up. So your main strategy is going to be just to go out there and fish, right? Or are you going to go out there and try to? Because last year you said you try to catch hogs only, right? Or you're going to try to do a mix of the both.
No, I think this year I'm going to focus on. It's a different time of year. So last year, you could go out there and throw big baits and expect to only catch big fish all day long.
Right.
With it being summertime, top water in full swing.
Can you start over? I had to go pee. I missed the last.
No, we already made fun of you.
You'll be all right. You're fine. Just catch up. So anyway, it's summertime, top water in full effect. I'm probably going to throw top water all day long.
All day. Okay.
And it's going to be that frog.
It depends. Like if there's a lot of floating grass where I'm at, then yeah, I'm going to throw the frog, man. If I'm fishing current seams where there's not as much floating grass, I'm going to have 3 different whopper ploppers tied on. A 130, a 110, and a 75.
And then also a Matty Ice special, a 15 fly frog.
Negative. Nope. I'm not using anything that Matty Ice has tied up in his basement.
I mean, his episode, he did say he was the better fisherman, so.
He did.
I heard.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why I demanded to be back on the podcast, because in no way, shape, or form am I going to let a fly fisherman a fly fisherman declare that he's a better fisherman than I am.
Yeah.
When I took Matty Ice fishing, he flipped his fucking kayak.
Hey, but he also saved his house from a battery fire. Have you done that?
I think that TikTok is edited. If I had to guess, I would say his wife did most of the saving there.
I think that, and I'm going to come out here with a controversial. I think Matty Ice did it for the views. I think he set that battery on fire.
House on fire.
I think so. After one episode, just having to experience the chaos that he brings, I think he did it on purpose. All jokes aside, I've known Matt for a long time now. Matt and I have worked together for some time. I can tell you that, as all the chaos and everything that you see associated with him, you're probably never going to find a more generous, kind individual than that dude.
And it just gave us shit, though.
Huh?
He ain't gave us shit.
No, I mean, I'm not sure he understood the context of what Bass and Brews was.
Oh, no. He understood the assignment. Yeah. He just flipped it over. And you're absolutely right that he maybe is a great guy, but I do think he started that fire himself. I think because he wanted to be a volunteer firefighter and all of that. I think it's that.
We call those whackers up here.
Yeah. I think, it should be Matty Whacker for now on. I'd like, Matty, if you're listening to this, I'd like you to change your TikTok to Matty Whacker.
I tried to FaceTime him earlier.
No, he's too busy fly fishing in Florida, catching. I'm catching bigger bass in New Jersey, not even fishing, than he is catching bass in fucking Florida. I like how I feel like everybody's watching. I just turned into a millennial podcast because everybody's staring at their fucking phones in the middle of it, which is wonderful.
Well, I got business, so.
What do you got business? What do you got? Security business? There ain't no
business.
Oh, pro staff business. Oh. What could that be? What's the pro staff business? Is it from never mind.
All right, so listen. So we're going to talk about this because I brought these reels up here specifically to talk about them.
Good.
Holy shit! Look who answered.
Oh shit!
What is he wearing? What are those glasses?
Oh my God! How do I get this on the internet? He's shirtless too. He has Dwight. He has Dwight Schrute glasses on, and he's shirtless.
He said, "Yep."
So anyway, so listen. So
Hold on. He looks like a drill instructor from the Air Force.
Hey, Matty Ice. Hold on a sec. Mute me, Alex. Mute me. I'll mute myself.
Mute yourself, dickhead. Go ahead, Jake.
So I just recently hopped on to a company called Bates Fishing Co.
How's that spelled?
BATES.
Okay.
They make reels, and they also make some rods. But dude, their reels are very high-end, expensive reels. The one that I'm holding right here is the Bates Hundo. I know your viewers can't see it, but
yeah. No, that's all chromed out. It looks pretty cool.
Oh my God, is it sickening, bro? Like the way this thing, I was using it today, and the way it casts, dude, it's every bit worth $375.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 375.
So this company is called Bates. And they sell. So we're not talking about like cheap knockoffs. We're talking about
no, dude.
Gotcha.
This is a one-piece CNC milled fishing reel.
Is that powder coated? If people can't see, like
it's anodized. It's anodized aluminum.
Hey, Alex, spell aluminum.
Nope. Spell check, bitch.
So, but it's dude. There's no plastic. It's all metal pieces.
Gotcha.
It casts like a dream. It's super lightweight. It's only 5 ounces.
Yeah. That's super light.
Yeah, like it's insane, dude, what they've been able to do and the way that they're hitting the market. They really hit the market hard at iCast. But I've had the opportunity to use and try a couple of them ever since this winter, whenever my buddy Jeff started repping for their company.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, I'm so impressed with them. That I jumped onto their Bates program, and at this point, man, like I'm just trying to do everything I can to get these things in stores and get them in the hands of people because.
Hey, if you send me a couple, I'll put it in my hand and fish the shit out of it.
Well, you know what? If you purchase one,
hold up. We've had you on this fucking podcast like 4 times now. The least you could do is be like the Dar Horse Tackle guys and give us some shit.
Bro, I cannot give you a $375 reel. Sarah,
well, then you do not want them to get in the people's hands as much as you say you do.
You totally can. What you need to do is send Sarah back out on the road to be a trucker. and
look,
we'll get it figured out.
Look, not only can she make money truck driving, but you can send her back out on the road and sell feet pics of her in the women's shower of
Did
the
you
truck
just
stops.
call my wife a lot lizard?
No, I said Sarah.
Nope, that's absolutely what I was going with, Jake. I think he did. He absolutely called her a lot lizard. That is out of control.
Paul. Wait till she gets home, Paul.
Well, she's already done what I need her to do. So we're safe. We're safe.
Oh, he called her a lot lizard basically again. He said she's done what she needs to do. She can go.
Next truck over, please. Hopefully,
that's
you know what? Hopefully, there's no lot lizards listening to this show. I apologize.
I hope there are. That would be my favorite thing. It's funny you mentioned. So, like, all right. So that was a good looking reel, right? And this is completely off the wall. Does aesthetics to how a reel look, like how it looks, dictate if you're going to buy it or not?
No, not at all, because there's a company out there
Paul.
that makes all these pretty beautiful reels, and people talk shit about how they don't hold up. But go ahead, Jake.
So for me, I look at the
No, stop.
Yes!
No.
Come on out, boys.
Oh, I don't have enough fucking bourbon to do this again. Fuck you.
Hola,
all.
senoritas.
You're in Florida, dickhead.
We
You're
have
not.
we have Dwight Schrute. Literally, Dwight Schrute. He's from Pennsylvania that is from a
Maddie!
I've missed you.
Maddie!
Oh, I already have flashbacks, Matt.
Matt, why do you look like you're dealing cocaine?
I don't know, but Matt, quit moving around. You got to stay still. Your screen is terrible.
Yeah, we did this on his episode.
Oh,
You know, I like being all over the place. So
No shit.
it is what
I
it
like
is.
being all over your face.
Fair enough.
Whoa.
Can't really argue that. God, I miss you, Harshman.
Hey, Jake said that there's no way in this green earth of ours that you could outfish him on the Susky.
He did.
That's fair because he's kind of a big deal when it comes to the Susky. So
Well,
I
we
just
got
lost
affirmation.
I just lost a bass tourney yesterday here in Florida. I got the smallest fish there were.
Yeah, no
Well, Jake
shit,
said-
dude. Hold on. We've seen all your fucking content from Florida, and Jake mentioned it. Somehow you go to Florida and you catch smaller fish than what I find in my fucking sub pump.
Alex, I love you, bro. It's true.
Listen, Maddie,
We
I
need to do a
challenge you.
redo because I was just the whole time I was trying to piss off Alex the last one we did. So I do apologize.
Successful.
For Alex. Successful.
Alex-
Yeah, you lost about 4 years of your life. I am
Yes.
still, Oh, hi guys.
Are you in an elevator?
Yeah, no, he's leaving the
I was in
elevator.
an
He was
elevator.
definitely in an elevator. This is the best call
I'm
in
on an
ever.
unknown location right now.
This is the first elevator I've ever seen at a strip club.
Well,
No, actually,
you haven't been to all the
with the-
strip clubs then, brother.
With the
is
camo
a good-
hat, and I mean, it probably speaks to Jake more. Like, you look exactly, Jake, are you okay? Because he looks exactly like a Air Force, drill instructor right now.
I mean, he's a weird mixture right now of Jeffrey Dahmer, Pablo Escobar, and the Barbie doll Ken.
Like,
Hey,
did you
I will say,
spend
hold on, I
money
will say,
on those
hold on,
glasses?
I will
Shut
say
up,
this:
Paul.
he
Did
has
you-
a light on the brim
Yes,
of his
it's awful.
wraparound hat.
I'm looking for sand crabs with my kids. Okay.
What are you
Well,
going to do?
why
with
don't you
the
look
said
in your
sand
pants?
Matt, I look
Like
for
my truck.
sand crabs with. Never mind.
crabs? What are you going to do with these sand crabs? You going to fly them out with the fly rod?
That'd actually be a really good idea. That'd be good content. See, that's why I love you, Alex.
I mean, I do what I can. I just wish
got
your
the-
content actually had decent fish.
It's
Hey, Maddie, Alex texted me before we started this and goes, "I'm still recovering from the Matty Ice episode."
I did.
Literally.
I really did feel bad about that one.
Tiny
No,
Um,
you
two
shouldn't.
poles.
It was wonderful.
Tiny's working on a montage of my frustration face through the whole episode.
that's a very long montage. I might be out in 2 years, maybe 3 years, bro.
Well, Maddie, we know you're out hunting crabs, so you
Yeah.
can throw them on a fly rod for great content. We appreciate you coming on looking like Dwight Schrute. And
What are you
it's
doing
wonderful.
now? I can't stand you right now.
Which one?
Alex,
Me
I
or
love
Maddie?
you. Thanks for
Maddie.
having me on.
Maddie.
Both.
Maddie, what are those glasses? Come on.
Matthew,
Yes,
can I see your wife before you leave?
she's upstairs. I'll send you some photos later. Okay.
No, we need to see her live.
Yes.
Well, she's upstairs. You could have asked that earlier when I was up there. But she's a little wore out. So
I know.
Good job, Maddie. Good job. Look,
no, it wasn't me. She went swimming today. Anyway,
No, it was me.
It wasn't me. She went swimming today. His
And to
name was Ramon.
and to
Maddie,
answer the question,
we
I
have
got
a question.
these glasses from the VA.
Maddie,
Yeah.
we have a question. Very serious question.
Last one.
Okay. Did you set your house on fire on purpose for views?
Absolutely not. Nice talking to y'all. Gotta go.
See you, Maddie.
That's
Alex,
confirmed.
thanks for putting up with this shit. Love you.
Yep, later. But
Love you,
it's
bud.
confirmed. It's confirmed. Maddie, I set his house on fire on purpose.
He said no, which we all heard. Yes, I did it for the views.
Yeah, he did it for the views. Yeah, that was.
Alex, are you okay? Do you need a hug?
No, that was another year. Every time I just see his face, it adds. Like when I see him on TikTok, he thinks I'm liking his videos, but really I'm double tapping as a way to control alt delete.
He literally had the Dwight Schrute glasses on.
Those are fucking awful. But I love that he said I got them from the local VA, which makes fucking sense.
Look, the VA got them from the Lions Club because if anybody knows anything about the Lions Club, they take they take glasses as donations, and then the eye people like put them out to the people that are lower class. And so they pretty much send them all to the VA, and the VA.
I think you fucked up all of that. You think those people are lower class? You mean the people that don't have as much money is what you're trying to say, you piece of shit.
Lower class.
Wait. He hates troops and poor people?
He does, yeah. Well, I can only comment on one because Paul has put an embargo on me commenting on the other one. He said in a text, hey, don't make jokes about that because I have a lot of those people. And by those people, he means veterans in his area. And he said he'll quit the podcast if it affects him, which I said, okay. But deep down, when I spoke to my...
I can't come on this podcast at night. If I'm not making money in my business, I'm going to have to out there turning tricks with my feet
yeah, but listen,
and my beard.
Listen, Bass and Brews has been built on honesty. Right? And because you honestly hate the Stroops.
No.
Nope. The Stroops, because I can't say the actual word.
No.
The Stroops. That's not my problem. That's your problem.
If anybody listening to this podcast actually believes that Paul hates the troops, you're stupid.
Yeah, well, that's
stop listening
100%.
to the podcast and go listen to.
Whoa! Hold on, no. I want all our stupid viewers still. I want all. Listen,
don't kick them out.
Yeah, don't kick them out.
Educate them.
That's the bulk of our audience, so I'd like to keep them here. Nobody listens to this podcast with a PhD. Listen, look, if you
Alex
have a PhD,
can't spell a single word I ever asked him to spell on this podcast, so
correct.
You know we have people that barely have graduated third grade.
And I love all of them. And keep sleeping with your cousins. That's what we expect of you.
So listen. So in reference to the people that listen to this podcast, every time, and I don't know if this happens to all your guests or not, but every time that we do a podcast and people listen to it, they're always like, man, you guys are awesome. Like, it was so much fun to listen to this podcast. I was like, yeah, I mean, they should have me on once a week.
Yeah.
But they don't because, I'll steal their show.
Well,
Jake,
okay,
Jake,
hold on.
Hold on. No, you hold on, motherfucker. Shit, I'm talking now. I'm in charge. I made the link.
God damn.
30 minutes before.
Anyway,
doesn't matter.
Anyways, so here's the thing. I muted Paul.
I muted Alex. So here's the thing. I don't forgot the fuck what I was gonna say now. Anyway, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Hey, so listen, I forgot what I was gonna say. No, you're absolutely right. Jake, I don't know where we're going with that though. I forgot.
Well, I will. All right, so I'll say this about having fun on the podcast.
Oh yes, yeah.
We do have fun, but Jake, we couldn't have you on every week because really the folks that we have always timed this around a Susky tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
And there
we're
are
just
a
using
few people on social media when it comes in the kayak world. There are a few people that when the Susky starts running around, we see an uptick in your older episode. We see an uptick. Obviously, we see huge numbers into the current episode. And I'd be willing to bet that if you went back and looked at your YouTube or your Tiki-Tac and shit like that, that you probably see see an uptick in all of your views before a Susky tournament the first couple weeks.
So and I notice it. It's not so much, it hasn't been so much for the native Big Bass Power Hour, but for the BOS and the the different tournaments, like I've noticed that there's an uptick. But here's the thing, man. I'm not even the best fisherman on this river in a kayak that I know.
Yeah,
of.
you are.
No, I'm not.
Who is it?
There's guys that are a lot better
Yeah.
than I am here.
Hey, can you send me their information so we can have them on instead of you?
But see, that's the thing. They wouldn't come on to this podcast. Not
So
because
we got
of you guys.
the best one that's out here going to give secrets. Out,
We have the
is what you're
best
saying.
degenerate fishermen.
So here's the thing. Like, a lot of these guys are very secretive with their information. They hold it very close to the cuff. I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm cut from the same cloth of Jeff Little. Jeff Little is an OG in kayak fishing. He's been teaching people different ways to fish this river and other bodies of water for the last decade or more. And Jeff is a mentor of mine. So having learned a lot of these things from Jeff, I feel like it's only right to put them back in the hands of other people. So, I'm willing to give away secrets. Like, you want to know a secret? Here's some fucking juice. Stand by, everybody. Incoming juice, not from my penis, actual fishing juice. Like, so, soft body frogs. I talk about using them around long stranded grass, but here's the reality. Most people don't fish for smallmouth with soft body frogs. But one thing that soft body frogs do that a whopper plopper or a popper or a spook or whatever does, when these fish hit a soft body frog, they clamp down on it because it's soft.
Yeah.
And it feels real to them. They don't let go. They take it. They hold on, Paul.
Yeah.
They
got a
bite
question
it
when you're done.
and they take it and they go under the water with it, which gives you time to set the hook. When you're bringing a whopper plopper down a current seam and they come up and slash at it, or maybe they do mouth it, they realize, like, oh shit, this thing's hard as a rock. I just ate a rock. Wait, let me let go. Oh shit, I got one hook.
I got one hook.
And now I'm going to use this fucking heavy ass thing to shake it in my goddamn mouth.
What was that again? What was that again? There it is.
And they're going to jump 2 feet in the air.
Dude, these fish are fucking acrobats.
Yeah.
All right,
Like-
so I have a question about fishing the frog, right? So around here, when we're fishing a frog, one of the reasons we're fishing it is because it's in heavy cover, grass, heavy wood, lily pads, but it's also a much slower presentation. And when you're talking about running a plopper or a buzz bait or something like that, that's a faster presentation. A spook, can be slowed down. A popper can be slowed down. But are you fishing that frog fast, or is it still a slow presentation? Now, this is coming from somebody that don't know shit about fishing on moving water. Can you fish it slow?
You can, but you can really only fish it as slow as the current's moving.
Right. Okay.
Right. You can keep a tight line on it and just let it float down the river, and that might work. But you gotta be cognizant of which frog you're choosing. So if you're getting a walking frog, you're gonna have to be in some slack current to make a walking frog work right.
Okay.
Okay. If you're fishing in current, that's why I love the Spro flapping frog. It's got the flapping legs back there. They just go like this, and they make the same. Basically, they make the same amount of bubbles as a damn buzzbait does, right?
So are you reeling that frog then, or are you jerking it? So I'm reeling it.
I'm reeling.
So you're reeling it like you would a buzzbait,
straight
or
retrieve,
a plopper.
yeah. And you can also do the same thing with like a. Have you guys ever heard of the Stanley top toad?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Stanley makes a toad that
They also make a hammer.
different company, smart ass.
Oh shit, my bad.
Hold on. We gotta give claps for that one, Alex.
Yeah,
that motherfucker
he
was
probably
on
used
point.
that same fucking hammer to do the shitty repairs on his roof.
Hey,
Yeah,
fuck
he
you.
was hammering.
Hey, hold on,
That's
real
the
quick.
problem. He was hammering in the duct tape, and that's why it didn't work. He put
Fuck
more
you.
holes in his roof.
Fuck you. Your wife said I was handsome, so I don't want to hear it.
She didn't mean it. It was all. I told her to be outrageous.
This
and that's
is
what she went off
this is going to be the title
Alex.
of the episode.
Alex.
Jake Harshman's wife thinks Alex is handsome.
But she's also taller than you.
with. So he can motorboat her standing up then.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's what I'm looking for.
But I mean, so like, there's a couple different toads. Stanley, I think it's Stanley Ribbit top toad. They have that. There's also
Stanley Rivet. It's a nail.
no.
Oh shit! Sorry, I'm still off.
No, that
Okay.
would be a ribbit anyway.
But there's my point is that there's more frogs than just what you see with your little strandy leg fucking walking frogs.
Yeah.
And that's what I typically will like to use in the river here. And the best part, like I said, I mean, you get two great things. One, they're weedless and you don't pick up all that long stranded grass. But two, whenever they bite it, they hold on to it. Like I've had 2-3 fish in the last week that have bit the frog and swam underwater with it. Please find me a fish that's going to bite onto a Whopper Plopper 110 and swim down with it.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, yep.
So are you having to fish this? Or is it straight braid? Do you have to worry about line color and shit like that? Is it your typical frog rod, or are you fishing it with like you would a Woppler or something like that?
I fish it on a 7'2" heavy fast with 50-pound braid.
Okay, so it's you want to pull them out of whatever they bite.
It's not
in.
even so much about pulling them out as much as I don't want to have any stretch in my line. And monofilament has a lot of stretch. Fluorocarbon has minimal amounts of stretch, but I don't want there to be any stretch. I don't want these fish to have any upper hand whatsoever. When I set the hook on these fish, I want big line, I want a big rod, I want hooks deep in their mouth, because the last thing I want is a big 19, 20-inch smallmouth to get down current from me and have one hook in them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that's a recipe for heartbreak and disaster.
So are you horsing them in when they bite? Are you trying to reel them in as fast as you can, or are you playing them a little bit?
Depends on the situation.
Depends on if he's on TikTok live or not.
If I can see the frog, in their mouth, I'm trying to get them in the boat as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Like I'm horsing the shit out of them, because I'm likely going to lose that fish at the side of the boat whenever he thrashes and goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But if I cannot see the frog, I play with him a little bit.
Yeah, they're deep in there.
Yeah, and but see, the fortunate thing is, like, out of all the frog fish that I've caught recently, I mean, I haven't lost one, but I can only think of one that had it outside the mouth.
Do you bend your hooks out, or do you just fish the frog like it is?
You don't have to. So with the Spro flapping frog, I don't know what hook they use, but you don't have to. Okay. One of the nice things about that frog is that hook is easy to come away from the body of the frog.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get a hook in them, that frog literally it slides up the hook and onto the line like a line through swim bait. So you don't like. I mean,
all right. So is this a frog that you're putting on a frog hook like you would a Zoom frog, or is this a pre-hooked?
No,
it's a pre-hooked frog.
Yeah, it's a pre-hooked frog.
Okay.
I mean, I have one right here that I was using today, but so here's your frog. I know your viewers can't see it, right? But this thing is super easy to come away from the body.
Oh,
yeah, it's just breaking out.
For folks that are listening,
yeah.
When he squeezed that frog, it slid right up the line off the hooks.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a great frog. I mean, it's not a walking frog. It's one that you're just kind of straight line. You can straight line retrieve it. You can you can pause it and
And that's from Spro.
Yeah, Spro.
Okay.
And that's unsponsored. Like I'm not associated with Spro at all. Like.
But he is with Bates Baitcaster, so make sure you check out their new full aluminum reel.
Dude,
aluminum.
Listen, this reel is insane, dude.
Hey, send me one. I don't believe it until I have one.
Okay, well, send me $375 and I'll send you.
But
Damn,
we just brought you on
wait,
the
hold on.
podcast for free.
He just raised the price too. He said it was $350. He added $25 shipping on a 5-ounce fucking reel.
No, I did not. The 5-ounce reel is $375. They do make a less expensive option at the $300 price point, and that's called the Goat. That's this reel, but
Ooh,
it's
that's
slightly
kinda pretty.
bigger.
Yeah.
So
all right, it looks like it doesn't have the side magnet dial on it. So is it an internal magnet system like a Shimano?
there are internal magnets,
Okay.
and you can adjust it with this little dial right
okay.
here.
I see the dial now. Okay.
But everything's metal inside, dude. Like there's
Weird. Yeah.
there's no plastic, and that's I looked at it like this, right? So I've gone through a bunch of Shimanos, I've gone through a bunch of Lew's reels. I unfortunately did a thing there for a little bit with a company called 13 Fishing.
Oh, I knew it was going to happen. That's like my favorite, but
oh God, that was such a terrible situation. I nothing against that company. I don't have anything against that company. I feel like their reels are not made to last. Maybe they've improved lately with the new, pro staffers they've gotten with Insight, but their reels lasted me 6 months on the Susquehanna.
But all right, so I'm in the South. We don't have to worry about a lot of freezing temperatures down here. But what
It
I
has
hear
nothing to do with the temperature.
okay, well, see what I hear about with you're talking about the all metal reel versus a reel with plastic in it. What I do hear with folks that are in the north that are fishing when it's freezing temperatures is that bless you, child.
Wonderful.
Is that the reels with plastic in it tend to degrade or fail in those colder temperatures. And I'm going off what I've heard on YouTube.
No,
This shit might be fucking full of shit. But the all metal reels, that's like the Shimano, the Corrado, Shimano Corrados are one of the things you hear a lot of people up north fishing because it's supposed to be all metal or not breakable plastic. So might be something.
So Paul, what brand of reel do you prefer? Which one is your favorite?
The Shimano.
You better say Pure Fishing.
Corrados.
You better say Pure Fishing because this episode is brought to you by Pure Fishing.
It's not. It's Shimano Corrado.
So the Shimano Corrado K or the Corrado MGL, the Corrado DC?
We don't get paid for this. I'm fishing the K.
Okay.
Like, I'm fishing the mid range, the $175, $185 reel, buddy.
All right. Paul, Alex, mute Paul.
You send me an MGL and I will fish the shit out of it, but I can't afford that right now.
Alex, what about you? Which reel do you prefer?
The 13 Fishing Concept A.
Okay. Is that the orange one?
Nope.
It's basically a Zebco. It's basically a Zebco 33.
That's the black one with the cork
handles. Yep.
Yeah, those are the ones that lasted me about 6 months.
So those are the ones for me, and you fish a lot more than me, right?
Yes.
But the first Concepts A I bought were 4 years ago, and I've had zero issues.
And I'm listen.
And I fished them in the saltwater, which you are definitely, they have another brand for that, right? Instead, but I fished the Concept A's in saltwater for striper and had zero issues.
Okay, so Alex, have you ever thrown a Shimano Corrado?
I have. I do have one. I have an old green one. Yep.
Oh, so they've come a long way since then, but they're still great.
Here's what I can tell you about these reels, right?
Yeah.
The Goat is the bigger model that I have, and the Hundo is the smaller model that I have. The Hundo it casts like a Bantam, which is one of Shimano's higher end reels. It's smooth. It's super easy to cast. It's really lightweight. And I would say the Goat reel probably would be comparable to the Corrado K200, but it's just got a bunch of upgraded features, upgraded parts and things like that. You're not, when you're buying from this company, it's expensive, but you're not getting junk.
Right.
You're getting a reel that's going to last you a lifetime.
I will say I fished a lot of the different 13 fishing specific reels, right? Sorry, and their budget line is fucking trash. It is. I've had so many issues with like their blackout series, blah 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 blah, whatever. Anything under the Concept A, I've had.
And the Concept A
issues
is about $180 reel, right?
Yeah, it's about that.
Well,
so
that's any reel you're paying, any bait caster you're
Correct.
going to pay $99 and below. Those are not reels that are going to be workhorses. They're not going to last a long
I get
time
it. Like,
typically.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about that Black Max, right? And they're like, "Oh, it's the best budget." And I get it is. It's like 40 fucking bucks. It'll
like
cast
65 now. That shit's going up. But yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Woman.
Oh shit.
Woman. Give me some tea.
Oh,
some tea. Wait. He's trying to be aggressive, going, "Woman, woman, give me some tea. I want a little bit of lemon." Okay, because my throat's got a tickle.
I've had to listen to Alex brag about you thinking that he's handsome.
Yes.
So get me some motherfucking tea.
Well, I mean, not only did she say I was handsome, she stopped. She stopped.
You're getting beat up tonight. Your
she
bald
stopped.
head is going to be bruised.
Listen, I'm trying to get beat up tonight.
No, so I do like 13
I want
though
her
because
to hold me down and just.
As a whole, they have a smaller
Sit on my face,
reel.
Woman.
Oh goodness, there it went. As a whole, I like 13 fishing because almost all their reels are low profile, right?
Sarah!
I like the really low ones.
Sarah,
it's savory.
Paul called you a lot lizard while you were gone.
He did. But Sarah, I did nothing but talk about how I think we have a connection.
Paul called you a lot lizard, babe.
Where's he looking?
I don't know. She's about to hit him over the
What
head.
is she, a
with something.
ghost? Oh, is that your tea?
I see you got some tea though. We know who's in charge.
I'm sorry, Jake's got to leave soon because Sarah refused to be on. That means she is in business wear right now.
Hold up. Jake, you better fucking test that tea for some kind of fucking like deadly mushroom.
Remember how Tiger Woods' wife took the club to him?
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
Hey, Sarah,
it's gonna be
never
the
do
bait caster.
Nope.
You're about to hit him over the head with a bait caster. $375 reel is about to do damage on his bald head.
Stand back up and show him them booty meats.
No, I'm good.
No. It's all right.
We'll
talk later.
And bleeding everywhere.
Oh.
Real, it happened.
Listen, we'll talk about it later, Sarah. I know how handsome I am, and we'll talk about it later.
But he's still only 5'2". His penis is equal size.
Listen, they don't call me Kickstand Castangway for no reason.
Alex. Listen, buddy, after me, you better bring a 2x4 to tie to your ass so you don't fall in.
Your butthole's that big?
Not my butthole.
Whoa. All right. So let's get down to the information that people are actually listening to this podcast for because the no limit has passed. Jake has talked this big game and has probably won 1 hour and at least won $1,000. But talk to us about the bass at Susquehanna coming up in October. How's that going to fish? Because that's later than all the other tournaments we had you on for. The other tournaments we had you on for were summer, early fall tournaments. We're talking about bass in October. That's kind of sneaking into the winter time for y'all up there.
No.
You don't know?
You're right. I don't live here.
So you're a trucker that just drives around.
Last year, the Native Big Bass Power Hour was held October 7th and 8th, the same weekend.
That's where you had the 90 plus
in their event. And that weekend, the leader
700,
750 inches of fish.
Okay.
So here's what you can expect. You can expect a bunch of angry smallmouth bass that are experiencing cooler night temperatures and shorter days, and their feed mechanism in their brain is kicking in saying, you better eat. You're not hungry, but you still need to eat. Go eat, go eat, go eat, go eat. Eat.
Yeah, so
by
that's
the
like
way,
Paul.
when you're done
That's
eating,
like Paul every night.
right?
He just, I'm not hungry, but I need to eat.
When you're done eating, just make sure you eat again because,
It's Paul.
the winter times get harsh up here. These fish will experience 32, 33 degree water temperature, right? And they get very lethargic during that time. They have to build up fat reserves for the winter. So that October into November time frame is their feed up window.
Gotcha.
Here's the thing that's going to be different for the Bassmaster event than what people would have experienced in the Hobie events prior to that, coming here. And even when KBF used to come here, KBF and Hobie all did that, this tournament, they all did it on the same stretch, that Sunbury to Harrisburg stretch.
Mm-hmm.
This year, the stretch it's expanding north, but it's decreasing the southern boundary, right?
Okay.
So the southern boundary is going to be in Duncannon, and the northern boundary is going to be up the West Branch and up the North Branch. The reason they had to do that, the Harrisburg and Hershey Visitors Bureau are combined. Hershey has all the amenities and all the attractions here that they don't ever have to pay a tournament entity to come here, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bassmaster, Hobie, they need that money from the chambers of commerce or the visitors bureaus to be able to have an event there, so they break even, right? So because Harrisburg and Hershey Visitors Bureau doesn't want to give any money forward to Bassmaster had to look elsewhere.
Yeah.
When they went elsewhere, they looked, the next biggest, closest one was the Sealands Grove and Sunbury. And Sealands Grove and Sunbury is like, yeah, we'll gladly give you some money to come here, but you can't have boundaries that extend down into Harrisburg because of the 200 people that you're promising, 100 of them are going to be down in Harrisburg, Hershey, and not up here.
Yep.
So that's why the boundaries had to expand north and decrease the southern boundaries. But the stretch of the river that it was won on last year is still in play.
Does moving it northern on the river change how you fish? Does it get narrower or more rock, less grass?
The North Branch and West Branch, when you get above Sunbury, the Susquehanna River splits into the North Branch and West Branch. The North Branch comes out of New York, and the West Branch comes through the mountains and stuff like that of central Pennsylvania, right? The West Branch,
they're both hipster branches, right? One's coming with tight jeans, and the other one's coming with tight jeans, but a lumberjack.
Right. Yeah. So the West Branch typically runs a lot more clear because it's coming through the mountains, whereas the North Branch typically runs a lot dirtier because it's coming through farmland.
Yeah, it's full of Starbucks. It's full of old lattes.
Right. So, the North Branch and West Branch both have good quality fish in them. I think the West Branch is a little bit harder to fish because of the clear water.
Right.
But if you really look at the Susquehanna River below Sunbury, you're really fishing two different rivers anyway. I mean, one side of the river is the West Branch and the other side is the North Branch. So you're really fishing two different rivers.
All right. So we've had a lot of rain on the East Coast, up and down, a lot of rain. Y'all have had a lot of rain up in the northeastern part of the country. If that holds and the rainfall is above average.
Hold on. No, I mean, not fucking everywhere, dog.
Bitch, your roof just leaked. Don't talk to me about not having rain.
I mean, this week, but it's been an abnormally fucking dry summer and hot summer in the state of Jersey. So
Jersey doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, by the way, you guys can take Philadelphia.
Oh, wait till you hear last week's episode with Paige.
Alex lived in Philadelphia and had no idea what Paige was talking about. Also, Paige is from Michigan, but she's part Canadian. But she doesn't fish the Susquehanna. You have to listen next week's episode.
Next week's episode, we have Paige for the love of trees. But Paul fucked up.
Listen to it because Paige catches some smallmouth in her rivers and smokes them. Like
where's she at?
I told her she was
out
a better
by
angler on the Susquehanna than you It's just
She
like,
did.
yeah, I'm on the Connecticut River or wherever.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck she
No,
was.
it's not the Connecticut, but Paul literally goes like, I mean, he goes, listen, y'all, it's really cool that you're able to catch some big fish bigger than Jake Harshman on the Susquehanna, even though you're from fucking Michigan. So to come to find out, she's by Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they got big smallmouth out there.
They do,
Yeah,
but
she
Paul
catches-
fucked up the whole thing. She had
Anyway,
nothing
I
to do
did
with
it on
Michigan.
purpose.
And no,
All right.
he didn't. No, he didn't.
Back
Go
to
listen
the
to the
bass
episode.
tournament. Back to the bass tournament.
Yeah,
If the
let's
rain
focus.
holds and you end up with some
my name's
high
Paul.
water,
I'm trying to keep everything together now.
well, because you slur your words when you get drunk, and I'm still coherent.
Oh, my name's Paul. I just like
Alex,
to.
Alex,
not be
are
cool.
you an angry drunk?
Yeah,
No, not at
he's
all.
not.
No? Okay.
He gets really mean.
No.
Well, not even mean. Anyway,
No, I
you'll
don't
have
get
to
mean.
listen to the episode where it was just me and him 2 episodes ago. And at the end of it, he's really up and he gets up in his feelings. This is a
I
terrible
do.
podcast.
I always get up in
This
my
is horrible.
feelings.
This is
I
the
still
worst
have
fucking
PTSD.
podcast ever.
I still have PTSD from the Matty Ice podcast.
Yeah, I can't deal
Alex,
with that one.
look, Alex got off that podcast that night, and I'm pretty sure he cried himself to sleep. Regardless, here's what we're talking about. If the water is up during that bass tournament, does it change shit? Does the river narrow up and get faster?
No, I mean,
Because we hear people talk about the Susquehanna being like a mile or 2 miles wide, like a huge river. Does high water change how you're going to fish for that bass tournament?
not necessarily. Those fish, it would just make them eat more.
Right. Right.
You know, it'll just make them eat more. And when you look at the Susquehanna River and you think, okay, it's a mile wide in a lot of places. Let's say we're at 4 feet. And let's just say it comes up to 6. 2 feet of water the whole way across that river is going to increase the flow considerably. It's going to push those fish into predictable areas, and it's going to make them have to eat.
What is a predictable area? What would be a predictable
Flat
area?
water.
Yeah.
flat-
You're looking
flat
for you're looking for current breaks.
Yeah, you're looking for areas where they can get in and relax and not be out there on a treadmill.
Yep.
Paul, think of it like this, right? Let's say it's January and you live in New York and it's snowing,
Yeah.
right? And
Yuck.
now, on top of that, we put a treadmill outside and chain you to it where you have to run on the treadmill. Are you going to want food, like people to force feed you food while you're running?
Well, yes, because he's Paul and he's fat as fuck.
I will say this, regardless of how hefty I am and regardless of how much I could run, that's a fucking terrible analogy.
That's
You're
a
right.
really bad one. But no, yeah, these things are.
But
I'm trying not
point
to
is,
say the word
for you to-
title, right?
Alex,
for
let
you to
him talk.
maintain your energy level, you're going to have to continue to eat.
Right. Yes.
Right.
I need a feeding tube
Oh,
with
he
some
does.
green
He does.
gunk that
No,
I can
not
just
green.
suck up through a scroll.
He just wants fried chicken and grits. That's all he wants.
Look, fried chicken and grits. You put them in your blender. You puree them. You put me a straw in a cup.
Puree?
Yeah.
Puree.
You folks in the South do that?
No, but
No.
we're talking about being in fucking Pennsylvania in the wintertime, and that's what we would have to do. In the South, no, we're eating that shit hot out the grease with some fried grits or
Hot
some
out the
grits right
grease.
out the burner. Look, you got to dip the fried chicken in the grits, and it's got to be steaming. And when you
This
put
is
it in
why
your
you
mouth,
guys are the
you got to put it in your
biggest
mouth when
portion
it's
of the
so hot. You got to do that.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, Alex,
Oh,
look at
that's-
the power in them lips, though.
No, but that's what he gave you a bunch of shit for blowing your nose. The sounds that he just made are way worse.
Skiddly whoop de whoop. Hey Jake, so what's it going to be one on? What's it going to be one on for the bass?
Big swim bait, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
big-
think like a 6-inch
Six.
mag draft, 6-inch bull shad. That time of year, those bigger fish really key in on the bigger baits. I think they'll probably eat the big swim bait. I mean,
can't wait. I can't wait for Jake to tell us he's now sponsored by fucking some big swim bait company. That's why he's
No.
saying it.
No, I won't do that because I don't throw it enough.
Yeah.
I do have a guy locally that makes me some big swim baits though, and he
Yeah.
makes a really good swim bait.
So
FOM lures.
what's the range that's going to win it? 95 to 100, 98
Well,
to 101.
it's a 2-day tournament, so I would say
Okay, yeah.
I would say something in the high 180s.
All right.
Oof,
Does this
oof.
river, if people come up and pre-fish for a week, 2-day tournament, do the second day links fall off in this, or are they going to stay pretty steady?
They
because
didn't
of how
last year for the BOS.
Mm,
I
okay.
mean, if you look at what Nolan Miner did last year, he had 2 days of 95 plus inches.
Wow.
You know, Ewing was real close behind him.
They were
and-
using that weird little bug.
Yeah,
Thing.
that weird little bug's not going to be the deal this in the fall though.
Okay.
But you know, hell, I mean, even for me last year, if I
You
wouldn't have
finished
lost,
third, didn't you?
I
Didn't you finish
did, but
third. Yeah.
I did, but I lost some really key fish both days.
Mhm.
I left a 16-inch fish on the board on day 1, and I left a 17-inch fish on the board day 2, and I still had 90 plus inches each day. So, I mean, it's this river will hold up to the pressure. I think when at the end of the season, it's going to be less affected because of their need to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout the summertime, it can get kind of straining on them to, if they're getting messed with all week long, and then come Saturday,
Especially with the
Yeah,
water
yeah.
being lower and they're kind of in little clustered areas.
yeah. Well, anytime the water's low and clear and they keep getting messed with, like, they're not stupid. You know what I mean? Like they'll feel your presence there. They'll see you there. And if they see you or feel you there, good luck. Like, you're going to have to throw a little bug to get them to eat it.
Listen, top pro tip, and I heard this from somebody recently for these kayak tournaments. Because if there's anything I'm known for, is hot tips. So
And tournament fishing.
exactly. So these kayak tournaments specify you have to have a kayak, right?
Mhm.
So what you do is you actually get out of the kayak, you strip down, you put your God-given natural worm in the water, and that's going to be the most natural presentation you can give. So
Do you
just
go through, do you go through the scupper hole with that or what?
no, because yeah, I mean, I wish I could, but no, instead I just jump into the water completely nude. And I just let it dangle. You know what I mean? It's the best wacky presentation there is.
Listen, I have a story for you from this spring.
Tell it. We're here for all the stories.
It was late spring this year, and I was
Water
fishing
was
on,
cold. That's all
and
we need to know.
yeah, the water was warming, but it was not warm, right? So I got out on the river, and I just had a Sheets burrito.
Oh no!
Right?
Oh
One of the grande burritos.
Oh,
right?
I love. Hey, look, Sheets has some fucking good ass breakfast sandwiches too.
Right?
That croissant, sausage, egg, and cheese hits the spizot.
So I ran a fucking train on a Sheets burrito right before I went fishing.
Oh
right?
wow. Okay.
Num 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 num
Go ahead.
num.
It was disgusting watching me eat this thing.
So
right?
you ate it like the cone heads used to ate the
Yes.
the Subway
100%. And I get out on the water and I catch a couple fish and I'm fishing up in one of the creeks, and then I felt like I did this number. I got the bubble guts, and I was like,
Yeah.
like,
Oh no!
like it was one of those ones where it's like you look left and you look right and you're like, okay, that was me that made that sound. Like, okay, so let me hold on. Like I took a second, right?
Yeah.
I took a second and I was like, calm yourself, compose yourself. I don't think you're gonna shit yourself. Okay. All right, we can manage this. We can get back to the boat ramp. I made another cast and it hit me, and I was like, oh God. I jumped out of my kayak into like 65-degree water, and I dropped trout in the middle of the creek and just started explosively shitting out the down current, right?
So you released some brown trout.
I released some brown trout. So I'm sitting there doing
This
this.
is how they do the stocking program in Pennsylvania.
Listen.
Really, brown trout is just Jake Harshman shitting up river.
Alex, this is a pro tip. Tip. I literally chummed the water because what I noticed was after I started shitting explosively into the water, I looked down current as my, brown shit particles was flowing in,
brown trout
down the creek, and there were all these little minnows coming up eating on the shit particles. Well, naturally, where there's minnows, there's going to be smallmouth.
100%.
So all you have to do is jump out of your kayak and take a shit in a slack pool, wait for the minnows to come by, and then cast your lure in there towards your turd, and you're going to catch big smallmouth.
Does it help if you ate corn the day before? Because
that's
carp fishing.
That's carp fishing.
Wait. But anybody who doesn't
ice fishing, bro.
Anybody who doesn't know that we do not eat corn, we only bar it.
We do. I would say, so I've got some ideas after last week's episode.
Wait, I've got a question.
Hold on,
you're
up,
going
Paul.
somewhere else.
Shut up.
Need to go. Okay, Jesus.
Shut up. Paige named our topwater lure, so now we have to
Figure
figure out.
What's the name of it, though?
I can't fucking
remember either.
It was like
the
small large. Or no, it was like the small large here.
Yeah, something.
But anyway,
so
we're
good
gonna
with our dildo lure.
It did.
It would probably work good because this is line through. It'd probably work good in these tournaments if we had our dildo lure made.
Listen, the
small largie.
The small largie.
I don't.
Last week's podcast is named Paige names the controversial Bass and Brews topwater lure,
and she didn't realize
until
like a couple minutes later that she fucked up.
Yeah,
she fucked up. Hey, Jake, you were fishing.
I wasn't
in the
done
Nar.
yet. Shut up. Anyways,
go ahead.
So now that we have that going on,
go ahead, short stuff.
We've got to figure out a soft plastic that is just a fucking turd. It's just.
But there's already those out there.
No, there's like TRDs, but I want like a lumpy, like 2-ounce piece of fucking plastic. Like
so
just
something that looks like a Baby Ruth.
Yeah,
they make plastic Baby Ruth.
There's one of those that's being made right now. It literally looks like a turd.
Yeah, there's one being made, and that's in my bowels. But other than that,
no, I'm telling you. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Soft stick baits right here.
No, I don't want to be a stick bait. I want you to have to use a 7/0 fucking hook.
How do I share my screen? Because
you're impossible. Not. It's not a fucking Zoom call.
Impossible.
All right,
you're not in charge of this fucking podcast.
Listen,
Jake.
listen. When you guys get off of here, there's two.
We're gonna get off.
There's two different baits that you need to look up. There's the Fish Arrow Heavy Poop Stick.
Solid name.
And there's the Spraw, Spraw. There's the Spro Craw Nugget. Listen.
Oh, I saw that one. I saw that one.
Nugget soft.
Yep. I saw that.
And they both look like poop.
No, but I want like the same care and detail that's given into swim baits.
Oh my God.
I want that as a turd bait.
There's also another one called the Depths Cover Scat Soft Stick Bait.
That can't be real.
No, I swear to you, it's real. It literally scat is in the name.
It's just shit.
There's a Duo Realis Wriggle Stick.
These can't be real.
No, I'm literally on Tackle Warehouse right
I got you. You've got to be on Tackle Warehouse locked into April 1st.
The Missile Baits Bomba Worm.
I saw that thing. That thing kind of looks like a turd, but I want like a realistic. How about, have you seen Jackal has a bait, right? Where they've got this weird where they've got the weird like thin plastic.
Yeah.
So you could do like chunks with thin plastic to simulate diarrhea. You do like 5 chunks with thin plastic in between. And then you coat it in, instead of using like the normal fish scent, because this is now, I've dubbed it the Jake Harshman model. We dip it in Amish apple butter, and we send that out there.
Like truffle butter?
No, apple butter. You know, you go to every fake ass and even real Amish market.
Have you ever had truffle butter?
I haven't yet. Is that good?
Just search it.
Oh no, it's all right. Anyways, this episode.
All right, hold on.
Jake's gotta go to bed.
We got one thing left to talk with Jake.
He's got to go to bed. He's 30 minutes over his limit.
It's okay. Jake, this time last year, you were fishing in the Nar.
Correct.
You made a change.
Oh.
With the Nar. And you were high on the Nar at this time last year. You just gotten it. You were testing
he was
out.
high
You
on
liked
the
it.
Nar,
you made a big change. What kayak are you fishing out of now?
Dude, he was high on the Nar like every content creator was high on the Nar.
No, I mean okay. Now,
what are you in now? What are you in now?
All right, hold on. Let me
say
here.
that for his application, the Nar was not the best.
Please allow me to defend myself.
Yes.
One thing and I'm not angry. Whenever I say get rid of what I'm about to say, I'm not. I promise you, I'm not angry. But I have never lied or misled anybody about any recommendations of a boat that because I've been in a lot of different boats. I've been in a large number of boats. What I wanted out of the Nar, what I was hoping for and had a lot of optimism about the Nar, was I prefer that pedal style motion versus the kicking motion.
Yeah.
And what I saw from their design feature is that they tried to get as close as they possibly could to having all of the great rigging aspects and storage aspects of the Hobie Pro Angler 14. And what's great about that is the Hobie Pro Angler 14 is probably the best boat out there, right? It is. We're just being honest. It's the best boat out there from a bunch of different aspects. The Nar got really close to that. In design. And I was like, I've got to try this boat. And of course, when you have a brand new boat and you're one of the first people to have one in your hand, if you're a content creator or you do anything on YouTube, you would be stupid not to take advantage of that.
Yep.
Correct.
Right? Yep. So I did try to take advantage of the aspect that I was one of the very few people to have one in hand.
Right.
And by making some content. But I never, and if you watch any of those videos that I made, I never lied about that boat.
He didn't lie.
I never lied about that boat. I told people
he sucked it so deep.
I mean, I took it hard, to the back of the throat. But
he took the Nar as far as you can go.
In the end, you said this boat did not fulfill the needs that I needed it to fulfill. Yeah. So what did you go to? Because you didn't go back to the Hobie.
Oh my God! If you say a fucking Hobie, I'm going to lose my mind.
He didn't. He went back to a different boat. So talk to us about the boat that you went to, because I'm interested in it.
So this boat that I'm in right now, for about a year, almost 2 years, we were in prototype testing with it. It's an inflatable kayak, but it's not your normal inflatable kayak. It's not a normal inflatable kayak.
Alex.
Most of your inflatable kayaks are designed to be lightweight, throw and go boats. They're designed to, be a wide open deck space that you can do with whatever you want. NRS makes a good one. There's a couple others out there that are now making inflatable boats. I'm in an Innovative Sportsman Osprey 1436. It's Innovative Sportsman is the same company that makes Torpedo accessories. He makes the Rock Guard, like the bulletproof steering triangle. He makes a bunch of different stuff. He's a welder by trade, but he does kayak rigging as well. And he basically, him and Jeff Little design influence, they designed a boat that is ideal for a motor, right? This boat is literally designed for a motor, but it's also designed for shallow rocky rivers and shallow like tidal marshland type of environments, which are areas that I fish most often. I have no intentions of fishing the Hobie BOS moving forward. I don't agree with some of the rule changes that they had. And I'm
Heard
going to
that
take
from numerous people, but go ahead, different podcasts.
I'm gonna take advantage of maybe a couple tournaments that allow me to use my motor and that allow me to showcase this boat for someone who I consider one of my absolute best friends in Trey Leach, who is the owner of Innovative Sportsman. I have put this boat through the harshest and some of the most aggressive tests that you could put a boat through. I'm not easy on it. I know that if I ruin this boat, I know that Trey is going to replace it. But the fact is that everything I've done to this boat, it has withstood flawlessly. I run it up on the boat ramp. I don't give a shit. I run it up on a sharp rock. I don't give a shit. I mean, I treat it like shit. I literally treat this boat like shit with the sole purpose of being able to identify a weak area so I can say, hey, Trey, we need to fix this before a consumer experiences it.
So,
I think that's awesome.
Your boat is Alex and I'm you.
You asshole. I mean, I was going to get close.
Right,
I was about ready to say, hold on. I was about ready to say that that's awesome, Jake. You treat the boat like your body.
That's true. Yeah, facts.
Well, all right. I have a question about this, and we got to start wrapping up here shortly.
We do.
That's why I
yes,
waited
we
to
do.
the boat.
2 hours.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I waited. That's why I waited to the boat at the
Let's
end,
go.
though. So we've got an inflatable boat that
Yeah.
is made for sharp rocks, river fishing. Again, inflatable. That's made for marshy areas where you're fishing, lobster shoals and shit like that with a bunch of sharp shells. How is it made to stand up to that kind of shit? Because that's pretty interesting to me that it's made to stand up to the sharp stuff in these skinny bodies of water.
Trey's boat isn't like other inflatables because other inflatables have one layer of inflatable material.
Right.
So Trey's boat has 3 chambers. It has the 2 side pontoons and it has the center chamber. But the high wear, high stress areas, the underside of the boat, the areas where on the side of the pontoons where you land fish, and on the deck, they're double reinforced with a second layer of PVC. The same type of material that they make whitewater rafts with.
Right.
Which can withstand
Yep.
incredible wear and tear, right?
Yep.
So that's why Trey's boat is not like other inflatables. Trey's boat is 85 pounds. Most inflatables are between 30 and 40 pounds.
Yeah, it's
85,
heavy. It's heavy, but it's still
pounds.
lighter than most kayak, though.
Right. But it's 85 pounds and it only drafts 3 inches of water.
Yeah, that's insane.
All right, so I got 2 more questions about this.
Hold on.
One-
Before you get to your questions,
geez.
one, total like behind the scenes. Can you hook us up with this guy? Maybe have him on the podcast to talk about this.
Yeah, you want to get him on the podcast?
I do.
Hell
I do.
yeah.
I think
I
it's
wanna
a
hear
really
about this.
interesting idea. It's a total kind of like difference from what the market is normally going. So I'd love to have him on the podcast.
I'm texting him right now.
All right, Paul, go ahead.
I
What's
got
your 2
two-
stupid
all right.
questions?
So
And then we're done. So Paul,
then we're done.
Make sure you're clear.
Shut up, Alex. I will mute you and kick you out. Tooth factor authentication.
I'll fucking
you have
end
no
this
rights.
thing
I
right
will
now.
You
Don't
better
even
not.
fucking
All right,
fucking
so
try
Jake,
me.
so it's inflatable. If you do get a hole, is it easy to patch? Do you carry patches with you?
Yeah.
And also the second part with the inflatable thing that I've never had or fished out of inflatable. Is it something that you deflate and inflate every trip, or is it
question.
something that you inflate
So
just as you need it?
So I'll answer the first question first. I carry a K pump mini, which is a mini air pump.
Right.
And I also carry a material called Terraid Type B. And it's basically like, have you ever seen the patches that they make for like for tents and stuff like that?
Mhm.
Yep.
It's similar to that, but it's made for this type of PVC material. Here's the deal. So if you would get a puncture right in the side of your boat, I'll give you an example. Jeff Little was out fishing with Mike Iaconelli whenever they installed Mike Iaconelli's Torpedo on his Pro Angler.
Boo.
Right? They were in New Jersey somewhere, and they were in some little shitty-ass tannic pond.
Shut the fuck up. I'm
And-
done with you.
Because he knows I'm not lying. So they were side by side with each other.
He
and
probably
Mike-
tore it on a shopping cart too.
So listen. So Mike inadvertently hit the throttle on his Torpedo, and it ran into Jeff's inflatable, and and it went like it shredded the back of the inflatable.
Oh shit!
So Jeff lost a whole chamber. Right, he paddled to the shoreline with the other 2 chambers, drained all the water out of the chamber, and made sure all the air was out. Patted it dry with a towel, put the Terrate Type B on there, waited about 15 minutes, pumped it back up, and he fished the rest of the day.
Okay,
it's that simple, right?
Right.
It's as long as you have and then they make, like, Trey sells the boat and it comes with a patch kit. So if you would get a puncture, like, you can patch it. But dude, I'm talking almost 2 years and I've not punctured this boat.
Yeah, as long as you're not Mike Iaconelli running fucking into people because you're a dickhead. You'll be all right.
Easy now. Don't you motherfucker. You don't talk about my hero like that.
So the second question, I personally don't deflate the boat each time.
Okay.
However, Trey is making the boat where, so it has full length track, right? So from bow to stern, it has full length 4-sided track, which means you can rig anything on it anywhere you want to, right? So he's making it where the production models have a break in the center where they're connected, so you can take the track apart and fold the boat up and deflate it and basically, run, if you need it for space purposes where you can deflate it.
But normally you're throwing this bitch on top of your car. Inflated.
I mean, for me, I put mine on a trailer just because I have a trailer, but I keep mine inflated all the time. And I think
are you having to put more air into it periodically?
So I was just getting ready to say that. Okay. So I've had the 1436 now for a while. The model that I have right now.
About a year now. Almost a year.
And I've had to put air in the side pontoons once.
Okay. That's
okay.
Listen, if you guys
my last question. So my last question. It's a paddle or a motor?
We were done.
There's no pedals, right?
There is no pedals.
So it's paddle or motor?
I'm out. Never mind. I'm out.
Hold on, Alex. No, stick around.
I'm out.
So in the design process, there were like 8 or 9 prototypes that were designed.
Right.
I special requested a prototype to be designed that would fit the Hobie Mirage drive.
Okay.
I said it would be incredibly awesome to have this boat where you could fit a Mirage drive down in the middle of it.
Yep.
And people could go buy a Mirage drive for $1,000 if they wanted to. We did that, but when we did that, we noticed a severe decline in efficiency. Because of that hole in the bottom of the boat, it created a lot of drag. And it literally,
100%.
You lost almost a whole mile an hour in speed at top end. So,
what's the name of the company? Shut up, Paul. You said you were done.
Go ahead. Don't fucking.
What was the name of the company again?
Innovative Sportsman.
Innovative Sportsman. So if you could hook that up, I'd like to have them on the show to talk about this more.
I texted him.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen it yet.
Okay. So you must be a valued member. But on top of that, you've got.
Or it could be 10 o'clock at night and he's asleep.
It could be. All right. So that I think we've covered everything. We've got Susky covered wholly. Your wife fully admitted that I'm super attractive, and I think that's how we end the show.